everybody. Welcome to Liberty and EDC. I'm your host, Daniel Norman, and we are here with Mandi Rodriguez, who's running for City Council here in Placerville. Hi, Mandi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, who's Mandi Rodriguez?
Okay, well, I moved here about 4 years ago from Lake Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe, and I hung up my skis and came down here to, I guess, rake leaves. I just fell in love with this little town and bought a house right off of Main Street, and I opened up a silversmith studio on Main Street, and I had that for about 3 years, and then I moved my studio to my home. So during the time that I had my shop on Main Street, I was on the Downtown Association. I served on the board and I served as treasurer, and that was real fun. It gave me a good intro to the politics in this area, and kind of sparked my interest in getting further involved in politics.
Great.
Yeah.
So now tell me, what do you think is the job of someone who's on city council, or like, what do you see that job being?
I think mainly the job would be to represent the community and give them a voice. Listen, be approachable, and help enact some of those things that the community is asking for.
And with that, is there any specific things that you're running on or stuff that you think is really important?
Yeah, actually, one of the main things that I'm running on is preserving our history. And it's just so vast and so unique, and it really should be something that we use to highlight our town. And so instead of looking at big development and things like that, I think we should put our energy into our history and showing that off and using that as something to help sustain our town.
So how does our history help sustain our town?
Well, through tourism and, those kind of things.
Awesome.
So, having a small town that attracts tourists, that it brings opportunity for small businesses and employment, and it keeps things within our city.
Now, have you done any type of stuff before in your previous dealings with some of the Placerville politics or anything with, maintaining our history?
Not specifically, no. It's just something that it's what attracted me to live in Placerville. I love the small town feel. I love the historic area. And I feel that it is threatened right now. And so I want to step up and be a voice for that. And those people that it's not only history, it's heritage. And we have generations that go, I used to say 4 and 5, and then I've been corrected that we actually have 6th and 7th generation people here. So it's something that it really matters. It's identity to people here. And so to preserve that and to also have it as, our attraction to this town is kind of a cool thing and very unique. So.
Awesome. Is there any other things that you're running on?
I definitely want to address our roads. As somebody who lives on off of Main Street, we have issues. Our roads are in horrible condition, and that needs to be addressed. We have
Now, wasn't there a measure that was passed that should be dealing with roads and stuff like that? Is that not doing as much as it should, or?
I don't think it's doing as much as it should. I feel like it might be going towards some of the busier main streets, but it's not hitting our residential areas. And so when you driving down my street, I have reverse speed bumps.
Oh.
So yeah, that's something that really needs to be addressed. Our utility costs are out of control. We need to figure out how we're going to, we don't pay for water, we pay for sewer. Our biggest bill is our sewer bill, and we overbuilt our treatment plant, and we need to figure out a way out of this debt that we have with that. So that's a huge thing. And of course, as of all of California, we have a huge homeless, aka mental illness and drug addiction problem. It needs to be addressed, and it's a scary thing because our state has really tied our hands.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you? Can you name any specifics for how our hands have been tied by
Well,
the state?
especially with COVID, I mean, we have these executive orders that will not let us move homeless people out of state-owned property. So they're just staying there, and the amount of garbage and crime and just abuse, whether it be drug abuse, people being abused, it's really bad. And I see us becoming a just as bad as Sacramento, but just the rural version of it.
As a city council member, what do you think you could do about that?
Well, you know, we need to look to the state. We need to encourage our community to vote for people that, from local all the way up to state, that are willing to step up and change some of these orders. A lot of them are just as executive orders. We need to get people in our offices that are willing to address the real problem and quit throwing money at it, quit bringing in these NGOs that
NGOs?
like a non-government agency.
Oh.
Yeah, that it's almost like a racket. If you look in San Francisco, there's so many NGOs that they're there to collect their paychecks and give out needles and tents, and it's more of an enabling thing. And there's really not a lot of outreach going on. There's really nothing to give these people hope, you know? And we have to, it's inhumane what we're doing with our homeless. It's really that simple. It's inhumane. We have, $1 million facilities to deal with stray animals. We have nothing for our homeless right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then, is there any other points that you're running on as well? I mean, that's a good amount right there.
Yeah, I just I'm a normal person. I'm not the handshake politician that comes in like, oh yeah, you're gonna take my spot when I move up to this spot. I'm not that person. I work hard for a living. I'm one of the people, and I feel like for so long our politicians from the local level on up have just been the same people, friends of friends, and they really don't care for the community. So
why do you say they don't care?
well, you don't feel like your voice is heard. I mean, when you call into our meetings, whether it be Board of Supervisors or City Council, it's kind of like, okay, thanks for your call. Have a nice day. And it's just like it's falling on deaf ears. And I hear from a lot of people that feel like the local politicians are not even approachable or even visible. Like, where are they? Do you see them walking down Main Street? Do they talk to you? And I think that...
Yeah, I know for when we were trying to track down candidates and stuff to get them on the show, it's not easy to contact all of them. Yeah,
where are
some
they?
of them are a little hard to find.
They're hiding, yeah. So, when you live down on Main Street and if you really love the place, then why are you not out there talking to people? Where are you? So I think that we're in a time right now where people are sick of the same old, and they want something different. So...
Yeah, and so I know a lot of people are probably wondering right now too about the COVID situation and how can our local government help us get past this or through this? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, I feel that our local government is kind kind of being complacent. I think that we need to be more proactive. I think that we're not looking at the COVID crisis as a whole, and it's the reaction has actually, especially in our county, the reaction has been worse than the actual disease. I mean, we have businesses closing down. We have suicide rates that are not being addressed locally. We can't even get the stats on them.
Really?
A lot of mental illness going on that from the isolation. And I think the after effects or the current effects that what the measures that they're taking is it far outweighs the risk of this disease.
Yeah.
So
what do you think you can do if you get into that position of city council?
well, I think I'll be the only voice that is not scared to say that. And just that's it in general. I feel that, when you watch these meetings, everybody's kind of looking at the other person to see how they're going to react so they can go along. And I'm not afraid to stand out from those people. Like, I have nothing to lose. And I think that that's a strength of mine, and it's something that I would offer, to the community. It's like, Mandi's going to call things like she sees them, and she's not going to look to the person on her right or to the left and see which way they're going to move. I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to listen to our community, and I'm going to act on that.
Awesome. Now, tell me, what is kind of your general philosophy on government, or, what's kind of like the purpose of government?
I think the government should protect our rights. And I believe in a small government. We don't need the government to solve our problems. We need a government to protect our basic rights.
Awesome. So why do you think you're the one who should be the city council person?
Well, there's 2 spots open, so that's kind of cool, and it's made it interesting because there's 5 people running in 2 spots. So why I would be a good choice is because I'm not a politician. I don't own half of Placerville. I just own my home. I don't have any ulterior motives other than to be a voice for the community, represent the community, and call things like I see them. And I think that is refreshing for a lot of people. I want to make city council fun. I want to make it fun, like where people can actually have real conversations. And that might be uncomfortable for some people on the city council, but try to make them comfortable.
Sounds like a good thing that should happen.
Yeah.
Now, before we close out here, where can people go if they want to learn more about you?
You can go to find me on Facebook, Mandi Rodriguez, Mandi with an I, Mandi Rodriguez for Placerville City Council, a lot to say. Or you can just go to my website, which is mandirodriguez.com, and it'll take you to all my social media.
Okay, great. Yeah. And then one last question. Or actually, do you have anything else you want to add before we close out?
I hope that the city and the people of the city see myself as somebody who will speak for them. I want to see some unity in our city, and in a time where we're so divided, we have to remember that Placerville was the heart of gold country. It was multicultural. It was diverse. And if this is where it started, I'd like to see it come back to that. I'd like to see opinions and all those things be openly spoken without worry of losing your friends or your community or being that separated. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So I think you kind of already answered my question here a little bit, but what is your why? Like, why do you want to run? Why do you want to do this?
I'm just crazy. I'm probably crazy. I felt like especially during the COVID, this whole COVID time, I mean, I've thought about it, but it's like, you got to put your money where your mouth is. And when I tell people, especially because I do a lot of stuff on social media, I'm very vocal on social media. I do a lot of lives. So I'm stepping up there, and I want to give people the courage, like, you know what, like, if you would ask my principal from high school or any of my, they're like, Mandi's running for city council, that's crazy. So I want to give people the courage to step up too. Like, this is our community, this is our government, and realize that you don't have to be this career politician to make a difference in your community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Mandi.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So this has been Mandi Rodriguez, and she's running for city council here in Placerville. And this has been Liberty in EDC. You can find us on Comcast Channel 7 here up in El Dorado County, and also on YouTube at youtube.com/Foothill7TV. And we'll see you guys next time.
Hi, I'm Rick Rowe, owner of Placerville Polaris and Power Tools. I've owned and operated Placerville Polaris since 2007. If you'd like to experience the off-road, or if you have property in our community, come on in. Let's see what we can build for you. We are your one-stop shop for off-road fun. We do it all, from building your dream toy to decking out your razor. We are complete with a full shop, and we proudly service all our products, including our power tools. We carry only the best top quality brands, and we have everything you need for taking care of your property and maintaining your 100-foot defensible fire space. Building off-road vehicles is a passion of mine that I take very seriously. I like to be personally involved in building your dream toy from start to finish. Here at Placerville Polaris, we do a lot of testing for the manufacturers to ensure you get the proper accessories to fit your specific needs. One of my favorite parts is test driving to maximize satisfaction and quality. Come on in, let's see what we can build for you.